Hey everyone, it's Jesus from Green Monkeys Media. Today we're going to learn how to record on your webcam in Windows 11. It's pretty straightforward, it's easy, and allows you to take videos and photos right there on your Windows 11 computer. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so before you start up your camera application, you want to make sure that it's set up properly and that it's working. So what you want to do is you want to hover over to the left bottom of the taskbar and click on your Windows icon. You want to right click, not left click. When you right click, you'll see the settings options. Go ahead and click on settings and your settings options will open up. You want to go over to, on the left hand side, you want to make sure that you click on Bluetooth and devices and then scroll down to your cameras. Upon clicking the cameras, you'll see a list of cameras that you have available. Right now, we're going to open up the Webcam PC LM7, which you can order on Amazon. It's pretty inexpensive, and it's a good camera. So you want to click on that, and then you'll see that there it is. It's working properly, and the settings are correct. So upon opening up the settings, you'll have the basic settings here, which you can control the brightness, the contrast, the sharpness, and the saturation. Depending on how you want to set up your lighting or your camera, this is where you can have basic control. Aside from that, you know that it's working properly, and so now let's go open up the camera. All right, so let's go ahead and open up our camera app, and to do that, go ahead and click on the Windows icon. Make sure you left click this time. And then you'll see the button above all the icons that says on the right hand side, it says all apps. Go ahead and click on that. You want to scroll down to see where the camera is. Click on the camera and there you go. It's now on. So when you open up your camera application, you'll have a few options to control your camera. If you don't see your camera or the proper camera, or the app opened up the default camera, or what have you, you can go ahead and on the top right you'll see this little icon that allows you to change the camera. So depending on the how many cameras you have, you can cycle through them by clicking on this icon. Clicking it once will send you over to my EOS, which is my DSLR, and then clicking it again will go to my USB, and then one more time it's okay. So there you go. I thought my laptop camera would pop up, but be that as it may, depending on the camera, again, select the camera that you want to use, and once you do so, you'll have options here on the right vertical menu, which gives you options on what type of what you want to do with your camera. Do you want to take a video, or do you want to take pictures, a photo? You can cycle through. There's other options here as well, as far as adding a barcode. But for right now, for the camera version, once you select the camera to take a photo, on the left-hand side, you'll have a variety of options as well, depending on what options your actual camera has. Right now, my webcam is very limited because it's just a webcam. It only gives me the options to do a photo timer. You can cycle through the different seconds that you want to give yourself before taking a picture. It defaults to 0, so it's instantaneous. But if you want a timer, it goes through 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then back to no timer. And then again, you can click on you can control the brightness going up and down. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess up the defaults. But yeah, that's basically your camera options. Again, depending on the type of camera and what functionalities the actual camera has, will give you a different set of options on the left-hand side. Moving on up to your video camera, this is where you start and stop your video. All right, so if you want to control some of the features of your camera, again, you can if you look on the top left-hand side, you'll see a little sprocket icon for settings. You go ahead and click on that, and here you can control some of your camera settings. You can put a framing grid, put a rule of thirds, golden ratio, crosshairs, and square. I tend to just leave it off, but depending on how you want to put the grids, it's up to you. Also, you can control your photo settings depending on the quality that you want to save you want to take your photos. Right now it's at 2 megapixels, and you can select by clicking on the options drop down menu. The time lapse, if you will, as well. Moving on over to the video settings, depending, again, all these different settings depend on the type of camera that you have. Right now, with this camera, I can select these different types of frames per second and video quality. Also flicker reduction, and then other related settings. So what you want to do is you want to go in there and configure however you want your cameras to be set. Once that's done, go ahead and click on the left little arrow, and the next thing you want to do, you're ready to record. Go ahead and click on the take video button on the right hand side, and now you're going to be recording. Hey, this is me, nice to meet you, you look great. And then you can go ahead, you can either pause it or you can stop the video. And we'll go ahead and stop the video now. And then to see your video, we'll go ahead and show you, I'll go ahead and show you where your video is saved. Okay, so let's go ahead and locate your files. You want to go ahead and open up your File Explorer. I have a shortcut here, but if you don't have one, go ahead and click on your Windows icon, left click, go ahead and click on All Apps on the top right side, and then scroll down to F for File Explorer and go ahead and open it. Here on the left hand side, you'll see Pictures. This is where your video and photo files are stored. Go ahead and click on that. Under Camera Roll, you'll see a folder there. Go ahead and open it, and this is where it's located. Let's go ahead and open it up to play it. Now you're going to be recording. Hey, this is me, nice to meet you, you look great. And then you can go ahead, you can either pause it or you can stop the video. Perfect. So this is where your files will be located. Again, I didn't take any photos, but had I taken them, you would have seen my photos here as well. And that's basically it. This is where your files will be located, and for both video and photos. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Hopefully this helped you with recording video on your webcam. And until next time, this is Jesus Gonzalez from Green Monkey Studio, and I'll see you then.